Ferrari are aiming to bring the final major upgrades to the SF-24 this season after the summer break, which will consist of both aero and power unit related upgrades. These will be debuted across currently a number of different races before the team turn their full focus and resources to their next project, the SF-25, the first Ferrari car that Lewis Hamilton will pilot in his illustrious Formula 1 career. And here is the current breakdown of the schedule for when each of these upgrades will make their debut on the SF-24 when Formula 1 returns from the summer shutdown. Currently, the plan for the aero upgrades, which will consist of further corrective efforts to cure the high-speed bouncing, will be introduced across the Azerbaijan and Singapore Grand Prix weekends. While the power unit software upgrade token has of course always been planned for use at their home race in Monza, as is tradition for the team, from which they will introduce new power units into both Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz's pool in the first week of September. Before we get into the video any further, I'm really close to the 5,000 subscriber mark here on the channel, and I would love to reach that within the next month or so. So if you enjoy the content and want to be the first to know about secrets within the world of Formula 1, such as Mercedes' upgraded suspension introduced in Austria, which I covered a whole 2 weeks before the F1 channel covered it, I might add, subscribe to this channel now. Now, I'm sure you're all very interested in learning as much about these upgrades as you can. So let's start off and begin with the aero packages that the Ferrari SF-24 will have after the summer shutdown. With aero being the name of the game in the ground effect era, from a whole host of angles, Ferrari are looking to finally remedy the bouncing once and for all with this currently planned final set of major upgrades for the SF-24. Doing so should unlock a whole heap of performance from the car that the team are currently unable to utilise as a result of the peak levels of load placed on the SF-24 across key areas of the floor. That is the problem Ferrari encountered with the introduction of their Spanish upgrade package, and as such will want to make the final adjustments to this package before the compulsory summer shutdown. If they can unlock the latent potential by calming the bouncing, this should enable the team to utilise the somewhat of the 3/10 or so that the team calculate that they're not able to extract from the SF-24 currently. So they have to finalise this package this week to stick within their schedule. Now, quite naturally, part of this package is of course going to consist of a brand new floor with a lot of noticeable visual changes to it across key areas. So expect to see revisions to the leading floor edges, the floor roof, and of course to potentially the outer section of the Venturi tunnel entrances. Just how far they will go with these changes, only the team will know. But of course we can have some sort of a guesstimation ourselves, and I want to know what you guys think the other areas of the SF-24 will be that the team are targeting with this final major upgrade package of the season. Let me know in the comments down below. And one final thing to mention, the team will be taking the McLaren approach with this final huge major upgrade package. So when a part is ready to be brought onto the car, they will do so. So this could see things shift a little in terms of when these parts and upgrades will be introduced after the summer shutdown. Now let's talk about the more imminent upgrade package to the SF-24, and that's the fourth and final power unit which they will introduce at Monza, of course alongside with the one remaining upgrade token that they have with their power unit. Very little is known of or has been spoken about with regards to this upgrade, but we do know with certainty the software areas that the team will be looking to bring this upgrade or update to. And that's because there is a finite number of upgrades that they can bring to the power unit in season, all under the name of reliability. So whatever it is that they upgrade or update software wise has to have a primary purpose of improving the reliability of that power unit. So it's all about improving the durability and or longevity of the components. Now, that's not to say you can't gain an performance advantage from such a software upgrade, because there's quite a few examples I can give you. Now, the ones I'm going to give you are just examples. I don't know whether they're going to make these, let alone if they're able to actually make such a change, but it's just for you to get an example of what they can gain from a so-called reliability upgrade. So take the battery that they have within the power unit. Of course, within Formula One, around every single lap, there's a certain level or percentage of the battery that you can use, and then you have to recharge it. Now, say for example, they bring a new and improved upgrade to this particular region of the PU. That could then mean, with the kind of upgrade with this particular part, it would then allow them to consume more battery within a certain lap or within laps, and of course the actual percentage that is being drained from the overall pool will be less, and so you're having to charge less of the battery on the other laps, and so you're able to attack other drivers on track a lot more. Those are the sort of things you can gain in terms of a performance upgrade from such a reliability upgrade. So even though it may say it's a reliability upgrade, it can also be one of a performance upgrade. And of course, this brings us to the final portion of this video, and that is when work on the SF-24 will come to a halt. And so this is so they can commit entirely to the SF-25 project, and that will be at the end of September. But of course, everything that they have learnt throughout this season will of course be carried over into next year's car. And not only that, but the teams with such a huge change on the horizon for the 2026 season fast approaching, they will need to, or rather want to, carry over a lot more components from this year into next year's car as a result. And that, my friends, is the end of the video. I hope you've all enjoyed it and that you've learnt and been informed on some of the things that Ferrari will be using for the SF-24 after the summer break. Hopefully, for their sake and for the competitiveness of Formula One, it's something that brings them closer to the leading bunch, and we can get even more close qualifying and race finishes. That would be the perfect roundup for the end of the season. Right everyone, I will see you all later on this week with another Formula One video.